Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Welcome to Connecting the Dots. I'm Alex.
And I'm Morgan. Great to be with you.
It's Monday, August 11th, 2025. And yeah, we're here to connect those tech stories to what's actually happening in your world.
Absolutely. And starting close to home here in Sacramento, looks like another hot one today. High of 99 degrees Fahrenheit expected.
Yep. Definitely feeling that summer heat already kicking in. Okay, quick look at the markets. Dow Jones closed Friday at 44,223.74.
Okay.
Up just a tiny bit daily, plus 0.09%, but a good week overall, up 1.14%.
Buggy week then.
Yeah. S&P 500, slightly different story, down a fraction daily, minus 0.04%, but still, it finished the week strong, up 1.84%.
Interesting split there.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin, how's that looking?
Bitcoin kept climbing, closed at 119,693.73. That's up 0.33% for the day.
Wow.
And yeah, quite the week for Bitcoin, up over 4,600 points, more than 4% since last Monday.
Always moving. So any sports news? Our Giants, how'd they do?
Okay. Brace yourself. Our San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, unfortunately, they lost yesterday, August 10th.
Yeah, against the Washington Nationals. Final score was 0-8.
Ouch. 0-8.
Yeah,
That's rough.
It really is. Mackenzie Gore for the Nationals pitched a great game, apparently. And Josh Bell, he went 3 for 4.
Well, good for them, I guess. Tough break for the Giants, though.
Yeah, it is. But hey, like we always say, there's always the next game, right?
That's it. That's the spirit. Got to bounce back.
Exactly. So maybe a loss on the field, but definitely no shortage of wins in today's tech news. Let's jump into our Morning Star report. We've got 3 really fascinating stories today.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And this first one, honestly, it made me do a double take. Not the news itself, but just the reminder.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Story number 1, it's the end of an era. AOL dial-up is officially hanging up.
Wait, really? AOL dial-up?
Yep. September 30th, 2025. After 34 years, they're shutting down the dial-up service, the AOL dialer software, the AOL Shield browser.
Wow. Okay, my first thought is probably what you're thinking, what everyone's thinking. That was still a thing?
Exactly. That was my reaction, too. It's just, you AOL dial-up, and instantly, right, that sound floods back.
No, totally. The beeps, the static, screeches.
And then you've got mail.
Ha. Yes. That defined the internet for millions back in the 90s. It felt like such an event getting online.
It really did. A whole ritual. Clear the phone line.
Hope nobody picks up the other extension.
Right. And then wait for that modem handshake.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and this is important. It's not just nostalgia. This shutdown has a real impact.
Okay, how so? Who's still using it?
Well, that's the surprising part. It's a persistent user base. Get this. In 2023, estimates put it at 163,000 U.S. households still on dial-up.
163,000 households.
Households. That was over 1% of all household internet subscriptions back then. And even a 2019 U.S. census found about 265,000 Americans using it, plus hundreds of thousands in Canada back in 2010. We're talking about a lot of people.
That's actually way more than I would have guessed. So why? Why are people still using dial-up in 2025?
It really highlights the digital divide, doesn't it? Most of these users are in rural areas, places where broadband is either unavailable, unreliable, or just plain too expensive.
Ah, I see. So dial-up wasn't a choice. It was the only option for many.
Exactly. It was their lifeline for basic stuff, government services, keeping in touch. So the impact now, these thousands of users, they have to find something else.
Which is going to be tough if broadband isn't there.
Precisely. In areas where dial-up was the necessity, finding an alternative ISP is going to be incredibly difficult, maybe impossible for some. It really underscores a big infrastructure gap we still have.
So while some of us are thinking about AIM and old screen names,
Right, the nostalgia trip.
for others, this is a serious connectivity crisis. It really forces that conversation about digital equity. So what happens to AOL itself? Is this like the end of AOL?
Oh, no, not entirely. This is specifically about the dial-up service and that related software.
Yeah.
There are other more modern services. They're still around, part of the larger Yahoo landscape now.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, it definitely marks the end, the final curtain call for that specific era of internet access, a big symbolic moment. Shows how far we've come, but also how far we still need to go for universal access.
A really interesting piece of tech history closing a chapter.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pivot. From the past, let's look at the very fast-moving future, artificial intelligence.
Right. Story number 2 is all about the AI arms race. We're talking OpenAI versus Meta. Seems like they're locked in this really intense catch-up game.
Okay, what's the latest salvo?
Well, reports are saying OpenAI is set to release a new open-source AI model next month. And the word is it outperforms the current ChatGPT options.
Oh, wow. So turning up the heat on Meta.
Definitely seems that way. It's intensifying the competition.
Yeah.
And, the industry chatter around this is pretty revealing.
Yeah. What are people saying?
Well, Yushen Jin, CTO of Hyperbolic, had a quote that caught my eye. Said something like, "It won't run on a phone, but let's just say it edges out one of the models in the ChatGPT dropdown. Meta's going to need some time to catch up."
So focusing purely on power, not necessarily device compatibility right now.
Seems like it. And Aaron Levy, the CEO of Box, he actually echoed that sentiment. Said the focus should be on intelligence over fitting it on every device. Raw capability first.
Interesting. And this comes at a time when we're hearing a lot about talent wars in AI, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge part of this story. The competition for top researchers is fierce. We've seen several key people from OpenAI actually jump ship recently, heading over to Meta's superintelligence team.
Jump ship, like big names.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah.
Especially after OpenAI set up that office in Zurich. There were even these wild rumors flying around about $100 million signing bonuses.
$100 million for one researcher.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Now, Lucas Bayer, one of the researchers who moved, he shot that down publicly, called it fake news. But the fact that rumors like that even circulate tells you how high the stakes are. Companies are basically battling for the brain power.
It really is an arms race then.
Yeah.
So, okay, beyond the corporate drama and the big money, why should, the average person or professional care about this AI race? What's the impact for us?
Well, it matters because this competition is driving faster innovation.
Yeah.
It means more powerful, more capable AI models are coming down the pipeline sooner rather than later.
Okay.
And these models, they're not just going to power chatbots. They'll be integrated into tools across pretty much every industry you can think of.
Okay.
Healthcare, finance, design, coding, you name it. It could fundamentally change how you work, how businesses operate.
So faster, smarter tools are on the way because of this competition.
Exactly. Think about productivity, creativity. AI is poised to transform those things. And you see the growth numbers reflecting this urgency. OpenAI's revenue run rate apparently doubled to $10 billion this year. ChatGPT hit 500 million weekly active users.
Incredible numbers.
Meanwhile, Meta is pouring resources into recruitment. And Mark Zuckerberg himself is personally leading their big AI push. It shows how central this is to their future strategy. It's like this high-stakes chess match, and the outcome impacts everyone.
Yeah, it really feels like a technological frontier shifting right under our feet. The tools you use every day could get a whole lot smarter very quickly.
That's the takeaway. AI is moving from novelty to essential utility fast.
Okay, so from AI's cutting edge, let's shift gears to our third story, and this one. Wow, it brings together tech, big business, and geopolitics in a way we haven't really seen before.
Yeah, this is a big one. It involves NVIDIA, AMD, and the U.S. government. A really controversial chip deal.
Okay, lay it out for us. What's the deal?
So, NVIDIA and AMD have reportedly agreed to something pretty unprecedented with the Trump administration. They're going to pay 15% of the revenue they make from selling certain chips in China directly to the U.S. government.
Wait, pay the government a percentage of their sales?
15%, yeah. In exchange for getting export licenses for their H20 and MI308 chips to be sold in China. This is apparently a first. No U.S. company has ever had to do this before share revenue, just for permission to export.
That sounds extraordinary. How did this even happen?
It seems it was finalized after NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, met with President Trump recently, and then, boom, the Commerce Department started issuing the licenses on August 8th.
So the immediate benefit for NVIDIA and AMD is clear, right? Access to the huge Chinese market that was previously restricted.
Massive benefit. For NVIDIA, analysts are estimating they could rake in maybe $23 billion just from the H20 chip in China by the end of 2025. Getting back into that market could mean recovering billions in lost sales.
Wow.
And for AMD, it's being called a game changer because they hadn't even factored China sales into their forecasts for Q3 this year.
Yes.
So yeah, huge potential revenue upside for both companies.
Okay, massive upside. But I sense a but coming. This sounds like it would raise some eyebrows.
Oh, definitely. The criticism has been pretty sharp. You're hearing words like extortion, pay to play. Some online comments are even comparing it to mafia-style tactics.
Strong words. Are there concerns beyond just the style of the deal?
Yes, absolutely. Big national security concerns are being raised. Experts, including former Trump advisor Matt Pottinger, are warning that even these slightly less advanced chips, like the H20, could still significantly boost China's AI capabilities.
So it reopens that debate. Where's the line between economic benefit and potential security risk?
Precisely. Are we enabling a competitor's technological advancement in exchange for revenue? And it sets a precedent, right? Is this a new form of state-influenced capitalism, where the government uses export controls not just for security, but to directly generate revenue?
Leveraging regulatory power for cash. What does this mean globally? Could other countries start doing this?
That's the worry. Does this open the door for other nations to demand a cut of sales for market access? It could really shake up international trade norms. And think about the price of these chips in China.
They'll likely go up, right, to cover that 15%.
Almost certainly. NVIDIA and AMD will probably pass that cost on to their Chinese customers. So it's effectively a tax on Chinese tech buyers, collected by the U.S. government via U.S. companies.
And how is Beijing reacting to this chip tax?
Unsurprisingly, they're reportedly unlikely to warm to the idea. Chinese state-affiliated media has already started criticizing these H20 chips, talking about security vulnerabilities and inefficiency.
So adding another layer of tension to the U.S.-China tech relationship.
Absolutely. It's incredibly complex. You've got huge potential profits for U.S. firms, serious national security questions, the ethics of the deal itself, and the international trade implications. It's a major escalation in the tech competition.
It really shows how tangled everything is now. Chips, AI, global politics, your wallet, it all connects.
It really does. This isn't just about silicon anymore. It's about the flow of money and power globally.
Okay, and that wraps up our Morning Star report for today. Quite a journey we took.
We really did.
We started with that nostalgic yet impactful goodbye to AOL dial-up, a reminder of the past, but also of the digital divide that still exists right now.
Yeah, affecting real people.
Oh.
Then we jumped into that intense AI arms race between OpenAI and Meta, the talent wars, the drive for smarter AI. It's changing how you'll work and create.
Definitely. And finally, that unprecedented and, controversial chip deal. NVIDIA, AMD, paying the U.S. government to sell in China. It throws national security, economics, and global trade into a whole new light.
These stories really do illustrate the connections, don't they? From the sound of a dial-up modem to the geopolitics of semiconductor trade and the race to build superintelligence. It all ripples out and touches your daily life, your work, the bigger picture.
Absolutely. Technology is woven into everything, often in ways we don't immediately see, but the effects are always there. It's why we try to connect these dots for you every day.
Couldn't have said it better.
We're here to help at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.